If Nigeria want to get it right, if we actually want to make Nigeria great again, we must stop listening to people who never have the moral justification to process or to provide the reason or explanation that will make a particular action in Nigeria or decision that can be acceptable from moral standpoints. One of the societal problems that led Nigeria into coma, that idea was invented by Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka is a Nobel laureate, nobody disputing that fact, but everything in life has a limit. When a man's belief system is wrong, his ideology, his philosophy must be wrong.
Mr. Wole Soyinka, it's nice to have you back with us after some time. We all know you as a university lecturer, a dramatist, a playwright of world class, and not in any way a politician. Do you think you got yourself involved in politics in any way before the authorities took you away some 26 months ago?
Of course, I got myself involved in what was happening. I don't know whether you'd call it politics or not. I don't consider war politics. I believe war is a human problem, and I'm a human being. You're quite right to say I got myself involved, but you're right to say I'm not a politician.
How do you feel about your release from detention after 26 months?
The only reason why I am very much polite over this analysis we are doing here is this. Wole Soyinka, the renowned Nigerian playwright and poet, was imprisoned during the Nigeria Civil War in 1967. Listen, though, he was arrested for his efforts to appeal for ceasefire in an article, and he was accused of conspiring with the Briefer. He was arrested, and he was also linked to his attempt to take over a radio station at gunpoint to broadcast a message against electoral fraud. Electoral fraud that is very much comfortable with these days. Can you now see the high level of hypocrisy? He's now criticizing Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Wole Soyinka labeled Obi as unfit to lead Nigeria. You can see how everything is wrong with his ideology and philosophy. A man who cannot make a godly idea for his own son, is he who you will be listening to? Regardez là-bas how he makes it here.
With me, that a name can influence the life of somebody.
Depending on what the name means for the bearer. There's an expression which goes thus: it's not what you call me, but what name I answer to. And that means what is the meaning behind the name.
So you will agree with me, sir, that Lucifer the sampler can affect the life of the bearer of that name?
No, only it is immature and subject to what we call hypnotic suggestion.
Sir,
and those who admit her to the Paris confraternity are beyond that.
Professor Soyinka, are your children members of this confraternity?
Yes, my son, Olaokun, is a member. He was initiated. He's a member of the Zero Meridian. That's the chapter in London. Yes, yes.
You also said, Professor Wole Soyinka, that membership is open to well-meaning individuals of the public, correct?
Yes, indeed, but very strictly, vetted. Very strictly vetted.
Are women and disabled members of your association?
Disabled, yes. One of our most prominent members, I can't remember his name now, maybe somebody can remind me. In fact, yes. He gave himself the piratical name Wheelchair, Ahoy Wheelchair, because he was permanently on wheelchair. See, that's the kind of sense of humor which people have, that they don't mind, making fun of themselves. Women are not admitted, but that is because the organization decided to be an all-male character. The Boy Scouts do
Sir,
not.
I will be correct to say that women are not members of your organization because we cannot carry out the violent requirements that you require to be a member of the pirate confraternity.
I will respond.
You can see the way it's reasoning. When a man's belief system is not godly, his ideology can never be right. His philosophy can never have it right. His philosophy must be questionable. You see how why Nigeria is bleeding due to all this kind of people, philosophical things and all of that. Let us call it off for now and let's learn from the wisdom of Dr. Charles Apoke. Iwarohe his own opinion wisely. Let's learn.
I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Professor Wole Soyinka goofed. He misfired when he said that His Excellency Peter Obi is not qualified to rule Nigeria because his team is incompetent. I respect him as a Nobel laureate, but he is living in the past. According to Dati Baba Ahmed, that speaking English of the 1960s is not relevant in this generation. Point number one, I did videos in the time past that this generation will question everything and question any person. This generation, the Bible says, do not touch my anointed and do my prophet no harm. Touch is Touch in that place. But this generation, they can Torch the anointed, burn the anointed, and do him harm, and disgrace him. They don't fear any person because they've been pushed to the wall. They've been frustrated by the inadequacies and stupidity of my generation. So they don't have respect for any of us. So when you think that you are Wole Soyinka, you are a Nobel laureate, you are one person, you are bishop this, archbishop this, pastor this generation is disappointed in religion, elders, disappointed in the politicians of my era and behind. So don't sit in a pedestal and think that you're a superstar. They will pull you down and tear you to shreds. We messed up. Point number two, Wole Soyinka should come to the political podium with clean hands. He led a mob against Goodluck Jonathan that carried a coffin with Goodluck Jonathan's effigy in it. That contributed a great deal to the depression that Goodluck Jonathan's mother suffered and died. To see your son's coffin, Professor Wole Soyinka and some prominent religious leaders who are now quiet were in the forefront of that push against Goodluck Jonathan. And so he has no moral justification to condemn any person for insulting or abusing him or dragging him. This generation has seen what my generation has done. Point number three, Professor Wole Soyinka is the founder of the Pirates Confraternity. I happen to have classmates, friends, neighbors, and associates in that confraternity. I have spoken in their Barracuda feasts. I've done lectures for them in my office via Skype or whatever, Zoom, to his deck in the United States in New York. The pirates' confraternity stood for injustice, stood against corruption, and stood for the development of humanity and excellence. I remember when they used to donate blood and cook for us when the workers were on strike. They would cook, they would run the kitchen, they would control traffic and do so many humanitarian gestures. But recently, they sang a song. Hand they shake, leg they shake. Papa we not well. If they shout a Milo con, that's against President Bola Tinubu, a former governor, a former NEDECO leader. Your pirates confraternity sang that song. And another one, with the Bala Blue song. What did you say? Did that disqualify you, Professor Wole Soyinka, from heading an organization if you are appointed? Would that disqualify you? I ask another question. Prof, I'm lawyer, sir. The pirates confraternity you formed, how much control do you have over their activities? You formed that. Peter Obi did not form the obedient movement. Peter Obi, if you are preparing a salt solution in the lab, if you want to crystallize salt from it, you just take a grain of salt and put it inside. Order the salt in the solution, maybe like potassium chloride or whatever, will start crystallizing around that salt. It's like the way pearls are formed in oysters. A grain, and then the oyster will start secreting pearly material around it. People crystallized around Peter Obi, people who were tired of the corruption, of the backwardness of our nation, the things you fought for this country to become are being desecrated. Those are the people who crystallized around Peter Obi. So, will somebody have disqualified you from winning the Nobel Prize because out of pirates' confraternity, buccaneers, Eye, Black Axe, and other ones, Vikings, derived their motivation, and then the cult wars and whatever we are having in this country, would it be ascribable to you and prevent you from winning the Nobel Prize? Prof, sometimes we need to reason, we need to think. Prof, sir, I think you misfired. You are out of touch with reality. You have eaten something that is preventing you from speaking well. Sometimes when you pack too much pepper fruit inside your mouth, you find it difficult to speak well. I think you benefited from Tinubu one way or the other, either through sponsorship or relationship, because I find it difficult to believe that you are a tribal bigot, that you have degenerated to that level. I believe you misfired. Prof, this generation, social media, they abuse any person. Social media is a public toilet. If you can't bear the stench, behave like Tinubu that does not watch social media. And you must be very careful what you comment and what you say. Prof, you misfired. You tried in the time past. Your time has passed. Enjoy your retirement. Even me talking, I'm extremely careful because what is coming up next is not just the anger of abuse. When these Nigerians, these poor Nigerians are pushed to the wall, they will fight back. Remember the way they looted warehouses filled with palliatives. What is coming up next, if this country does not improve in the next 3 years, is going to be more than, let's leave it. But I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Remember to subscribe to this channel, share it, And I have a seminar coming up on the 7th and on the 8th of June, tagged Becoming a Man of Value, a Person of Value, and High Net Worth. Send a message to +234 7052136763. God bless you. I have properties for sale. People are buying from different countries. And I have lots of books for sale. We can send them to you through courier to any part of the world. God bless you.